Hey guys, welcome back to a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links datamine video, and yes, I know my face has changed a lot, and to be honest, I don't really like it that much, like, at all. Yeah, I really don't, but nonetheless, we're going to be taking a look at all the new skills that got data mined for both Leo and Luna. We're just going to cover them both in today's video, so if you guys want to skip to one of the twins and just figure out which character you want to listen to first, you can go to the description down below or the comment section down below and check the timestamps for when I talk about each character. And then, as always, thank you guys so much for the support on these videos. Be sure to go hit that like button to keep showing your support and subscribe to the channel for more Duel Links content and stuff like that. But of course, you can wait till you watch the video before you do so, but I'd appreciate it. But without further ado, let's just go take a look at these skills. So we're going to be first talking about Leo first, and there's a ton to talk about with Leo, so we're just going to get right into it. So first, we're going to be talking about Mark of the Dragon Heart. All the 5Ds characters that we've been getting has these Mark of the Dragon skills where they add, you know, 2 of the tuner monster and then both of their ace monsters, or just an ace monster in general. But what's cool about Leo's is the fact that he gets both of his ace monsters and his Mark of the Dragon skill. I think that's really cool right there. And yeah, at the beginning of the duel, you can add 2 Morphotronic Lantron to your deck and add 1 Power Tool Dragon and Livestream Dragon to your extra deck. Super cool right there. Let's go take a let's just go talk about some of the you know, these cards right here. So first of all, we're going to be talking about Morphotronic Lantron. It's a 1-star light machine tuner. While in attack position, any effect damage you would take from an opponent's card effect is inflicted to your opponent instead. While in defense position, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you take no battle damage this turn. This card has an attack of 200 and a defense of 200. So most likely you're going to be using its defense position effect the most if you have it, like, if you're just using abilities wise. I mean, actually most likely you're just going to summon this monster on the board when you have a ton of monsters on your board to go for a synchro summon. But if you're trying to use its effects to the fullest, most likely you're going to like set this card like turn 1, and then if you don't want to get like absolutely decimated, but like for hires, when this card gets destroyed, you can, or when it gets destroyed in battle, you can take no battle damage for the rest of the turn, which is nice. You can live an extra turn and stuff like that, of course, and all that cool stuff right there. But yeah, most likely you're just going to use it only for just synchro summoning and stuff like that. I think with Morphotronics, they do a decent job of spamming the board. So while its effects itself that from this like tuner monster doesn't special summon monsters that much, I think other Morphotronics special summon a ton. So that's pretty cool right there. Next up, we're going to be talking about one of Leo's ace monsters, Power Tool Dragon, a 7-star Earth Dragon or machine, not a dragon. It says dragon in the name, but it's a machine. It's a machine synchro with the effect 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. That's how you're going to synchro summon this guy. Once per turn, you can reveal 3 equipped cards from your deck. Then your opponent randomly adds 1 of them to your hand, and you shuffle the rest back to your deck. If this card would be destroyed while equipped with an equipped spell card, so you can send one of those cards to the graveyard instead. Now, what's interesting about this one too is that if you really wanted to, you can run 3 of the exact same equipped card and just reveal all 3 of those equipped cards in the deck. It doesn't specify 3 different equipped cards, I believe, so you can pretty much guarantee to get a certain equipped card that you want with the effect of this card, which is super cool right there. And then, yeah, also, if this card would get destroyed, you can send one of the equipped cards to the graveyard. That's really cool, too, so you get some immunity and just some protection from your opponent's spell and trap cards right there. So, super cool right there. And then last card we're going to be talking about, which is, if this card is very interesting, is Livestream Dragon. Now, for anybody that only watched the dub to 5Ds, you might not recognize this card simply because in the very last season of 5Ds, the very last season of 5Ds did not get dubbed. It's only subbed right now. So, and in the subbed or whatever for like the last season of Yu-Gi-Oh, Leo became a signer and he unlocked a brand new dragon. It's basically an evolution of Power Tool Dragon. This is what Power Tool Dragon looks like when he's out of his machine shell, which is super cool right here, and it's Livestream Dragon. So that's just a little fun fact for you guys. Livestream Dragon is an 8-star Earth Dragon synchro tuner with the effect it takes 1 tuner plus Power Tool Dragon. When this card is synchro summoned, you can make your life points become 4,000. You take no effect damage. If this face-up card on the field would be destroyed, you can banish 1 equipped card, or yeah, equipped spell card from your graveyard instead. This card has an attack of 1900 and a defense of 2400. Super cool dragon right there. Now in the TCG, that effect where when it's synchro summoned, you can make your life points become 4,000 wouldn't be that useful in the TCG, but in Duel Links is going to be really useful considering that we start off with 4,000 life points in the first place. So I think that's really cool right here, and you take no effect damage, which is just a little nice bonus, of course. And then yeah, if this card would be about to be destroyed, you can just banish 1 of your equipped cards instead. I think that's super cool right there, and it's going to make sure that this card is going to be on the board a long time. And this means effect and like by, like, if it would be destroyed by an effect, or if it would be destroyed by battle, you can banish one of your equip cards and stuff like that. Of course, spellbooks can just banish it right away, but hopefully you're not going against spellbooks and all that stuff. But yeah, it's really cool right there. Lifestream Dragon definitely is going to be a fun card to mess around with in Duel Links. Next up, we're going to be talking about Level Change Lifestream. One, this card can be used while, or this skill, this can be used while it control Lifestream Dragon. Change those... I can't read right now. Change the level of a synchro monster you control by your choice. Skill can be used once per duel. I don't really see this effect being used that much, because literally all it is that if you do get Livestream Dragon on the board, which is going to be pretty difficult to summon on the board in the first place, I didn't mention that, but I mean, you still have to Synchro Summon Power Tool Dragon, and you need another tuner to Synchro Summon Livestream Dragon, so getting Livestream Dragon on the board is going to be pretty difficult. And then also, if you would get Livestream Dragon on the board, this is all the effects going to give you. You can change the level of a Synchro monster you control by your choice. Why though? Why though? So yeah, I don't really think this skill can be useful. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know. Next up, we're going to be talking about Docking Strength and Courage. At the beginning of the duel, you can add 2 Morphotronic Remote Tin to your deck and 1 Power Tool Dragon to your extra deck. So it's kind of like that Mark of the Dragon skill, except it's like a different one. And the card, and we're not going to talk about Power Tool Dragon again, but we will talk about the new card that is in the skill, Morphotronic Remote Tin. It's a 3-star Earth Machine tuner. While in attack position, once per turn, you can remove from play 1 Morphotronic monster from your graveyard and add a Morphotronic monster with the same level as that monster from your deck to your hand. So pretty interesting right there, I guess. You know, if you remove one of the play from Morphotronic monsters, you can add another one to your hand. So if you special summon this guy, you can just get some synchro summon going, which is not too bad. And it's a 3-star too, so a 3-star plus a 4-star would be easily to like pull off, and you can synchro summon into Power Tool Dragon, which would be super cool right there. Also, if this card is in defense position, once per turn, you can send a Morphotronic monster from your hand to the graveyard and add a Morphotronic monster with the same level as that monster from your graveyard to your hand. So basically the opposite effect. Yeah, if you have a Morphotronic in your hand, you can send it to the graveyard to then add one from the graveyard. So some shuffling shenanigans. Both effects just do the same thing, but in reverse and all that stuff. And this card has an attack of 300 and a defense of 1200. Super cool right there. Next skill we're going to be talking about is Equip Return. Can be used while you have 3 or more equipped spell cards in the graveyard. 1 random spell card in your graveyard is added to your hand. Then shuffle the other equipped spells from your graveyard to your deck. The skill can only use once per duel. So I think this skill will have multiple uses. Of course, it's going to help out the Power Tool Dragon deck, because Power Tool Dragon is all about searching for equipped spells and adding them to your hand. But if you think about it, this could potentially help out Noble Knights and other equip heavy decks in Duel Links. So I think this will be a viable skill for multiple decks besides just Power Tool Dragon. So maybe this card will see, or this the skill will see some play, who knows. But yeah, I think it would be really cool that could possibly help other decks besides Power Tool Dragon. Next up, we're going to be talking about Spell Recycle Equip. Can be used while you control a Power Tool Dragon. Place 1 equipped spell from your graveyard to the bottom of your deck. This skill can be used once per turn. So on paper, it wouldn't sound that good, but you got to remember with Power Tool Dragon, you can search for 3 equipped cards from your deck and then basically reveal them to your opponent, and then they choose like a random one or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I think this skill would be more useful than you think, because even though it's in the bottom, you can still search for it with Power Tool Dragon, and you know, Power Tool Dragon's on the board as it is when you activate this ability. So not too bad. I don't think it's like the greatest skill ever, but it still works. It still works. And yeah, that's gonna do it for Leo. That's all Leo skills that we have to talk about. Super cool. It would be a fun deck to play. Let's go talk about Luna's skills and stuff like that. So we're gonna switch over to Luna, and we're gonna talk about Mark the Dragon Hand. So at the beginning of the duel, you can add 2 Spore to your deck and 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon from your extra deck. So like the other skills that we've been talking about, Mark the Dragon is going to add 2 of the tuner monster and 1 of the ace monster to the deck and extra deck and stuff like that. So super cool right here. But Spore is a very interesting card to talk about. So Spore is a 1-star win plant tuner monster. If this card's in your graveyard, you can banish one other plant monster from your graveyard, and special summon this card from your graveyard, and increase its level by the level of that banished monster. Each player can only activate the effect of Spore once per duel. This card is very interesting. So first of all, this is a plant, and that's huge because there's already a ton of plant cards that we have in Duel Links that's going to help out so much with synchro summoning. Okay, you can easily send Spore to the graveyard. You know, if you have a Caraway in your graveyard, you can play Caraway's effect, discard Spore, special summon Caraway on the board. Then with Spore in the graveyard, you can banish a different plant monster and then special summon Boar onto the onto the field, and its level will increase by the plant monster that you banish. Like, that's actually crazy. to think about, okay, like Spore is gonna be a really good tuner monster if you're gonna play plants. Like this is gonna, like, Sylvans might make a comeback because they can spam the board. Arrow Mages might make a comeback because they can also spam the board. There's a ton of plant cards already in Duel Links, like Rose Lover, Gigaplant, Caraway, that can easily cycle plants and stuff like that. Like plants are gonna be wild in Duel Links, and the fact that we're gonna get tuner monster like Spore through a skill, that's crazy. Like 2 is just enough, man. Like it really is. So I can't believe that they're adding something like Spore into the game, and yeah, this is going to be a crazy tuner monster to use in Duel Links. I'm pretty excited to see how synchros are going to turn out. Next up, we're going to be talking about Luna's ace monster, Ancient Fairy Dragon. This is a 7-star light dragon synchro with the effect. It takes a tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can special summon a level 4 or lower monster from your hand. You cannot conduct your battle phase until you activate this effect. So yeah, you special summon a level 4 or lower monster on the board. Not too bad. Once per turn, you can destroy as many field spell cards on the field as possible, and if you do, you gain 1,000 life points, and then you can add a field spell card from your deck to your hand. So whoops right there. But yeah, super cool with Ancient Fairy Dragon. It's a field spell searcher, and we don't have much field spell searchers in Duel Links as it is, so once we get Luna, it'd be really cool to easily search for field spells and stuff like that. Also, you can destroy all field spells on the board, so that's going to also help you too, because the fact that you can destroy your opponent's field spells that they're trying to search for is going to be nice, and you gain 1,000 life points through that right there. So I think Ancient Fairy Dragon is going to be pretty wild. This card has an attack of 2,100 and a defense of 3,000. So yeah, I think Ancient Fairy Dragon might see some play when 5Ds comes out if field spells are going to be more relevant. So yeah, pretty cool right there. Next skill we're going to be talking about is Field Return and Field Change. So first we're going to talk about Field Return. It can be used when you have 3 or more field spell cards in your graveyard. You can add 1 random field spell card in your graveyard is added to your hand, then shuffle other field spells in your graveyard into your deck. The skill can only be used once per turn. I don't feel like field spell or field return is going to work too well. Maybe I guess maybe you could see some play happening with field return, considering the fact that maybe once 5D's World comes out, there's going to be a lot of field spell destruction that's going to be happening in Duel Links, so maybe the skill will see some play when it gets released into the game. But currently right now, there's like barely any decks using field spells, so I don't see this skill being too useful at the moment, but maybe when this skill releases, it'll be pretty useful. Then we also have Field Change. This can be used when your life points are 3,000 and below. Place 1 field spell place 1 field spell from your hand to the bottom of your deck and draw a card. This card can be used, or this skill can be used once per turn. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of neat, you know. Just return it. If you bricked, you can return one of the field spells to the bottom of your deck and draw a card. That's not too bad. It helps out with bricking and stuff like that. Maybe this is a hint that by the time 5D's World comes out, we're going to have a lot of archetypes that strongly rely on field spells, so maybe this is some foreshadowing for us. I don't know, but interesting skill, interesting skill. The last skill we're going to be talking about is Spell Recycle Field. It can be used while I control an Ancient Fairy Dragon. Place a field spell card from your graveyard to the bottom of your deck. The skill can be used once per turn. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like we talked about earlier with the skill, the Spell Recycle Equip spell. It's going to be easy to search for that, you know, field spell, simply because Ancient Fairy Dragon's already in the board. You can just search back for it. So it's basically some recycling shenanigans happening, which is super cool right there. So pretty a useful skill, but I guess I don't really have anything else to commentate on that. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Though, hope you guys enjoyed today's Duel Links datamine video. If you guys did, be sure to go hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel for more Duel Links content. I made a ton of other leak videos already, so if you want to talk, or if you want to hear me talk about so many other like leak videos, like for Usage, Jack and Crow, and the Dark Signers and Akiza, if you want to check out those videos, they're on my channel, links in the description and all that shenanigans. But I think it's gonna do it for me, guys. Though, thank you guys so much for watching today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, and I'll go catch you in the next Duel Links leak video. Peace out.